Even though Twitter had the right to demand that Elon Musk pay the $1 billion breakup fee that he had committed to pay if the purchase went through, the social media firm has pledged to sue the world's richest man in order to compel him to fulfill the terms of the agreement. After Elon Musk's announcement that he wants out of his deal to purchase Twitter and the social media company's vow to take the Tesla CEO to court to fulfill his end of the bargain, everyone is wondering what will happen next. Twitter has pledged to take Musk to court to fulfill his end of the bargain. The unraveling of the deal was only the latest turn in a tale between the richest man in the world and one of the most important social media platforms, and it may foretell a judicial battle on an epic scale in the near future. Hey folks, welcome back to Elon Musk News. In this video, we're going to find out the melodrama between Twitter and Musk. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our amazing videos. And let's begin. Twitter has the option of requesting a $1 billion breakup fee, which Musk would have been willing to pay under the current conditions. Instead, it appears ready to battle to complete the purchase, which has already been approved by the company's board, and CEO Parag Agrawal has made it clear that he wants the transaction to be finalized. What Musk stated. Musk's attorney Mike Ringler vented his frustrations to the board of directors of Twitter in a letter by pointing out that his client had been looking for data on the incidence of false or spam accounts on the social media network for over 2 months. Twitter has either been unable to give this information or has refused to do so. Sometimes Twitter has claimed to comply with Musk's requests while providing him with information that is either incomplete or useless. Other times, Twitter has ignored Musk's requests, sometimes it has rejected them for reasons that appear to be unjustified, and sometimes it has claimed to comply while providing Musk with information that is either incomplete or useless, as stated in the letter. Musk has also stated that the information is essential to the operation of Twitter's company, as well as its financial performance, and that it is necessary for the completion of the merger. So what was stated on Twitter? As a reaction to this, Brett Taylor, who is the head of Twitter's board, stated that the board is looking into the matter and plans to take legal action in order to enforce the provisions of the merger agreement, and is committed to closing the acquisition on the price and conditions agreed upon with Musk. There is no reason for us to doubt that we will be successful in the Delaware Court of Chancery. The trial court in Delaware is typically responsible for handling commercial litigation involving the state's numerous corporations, one of which is Twitter, which is incorporated there, the upcoming legal struggle as well as the potential results. According to Reuters, when contentious mergers and acquisitions wind up in courts in the state of Delaware, the most common outcomes include the parties renegotiating terms or the acquirer paying the target a settlement to walk away, rather than a judge mandating that a transaction be completed. In a letter to investors, Wedbush analyst Dan Ives described the current situation as a nightmare scenario for Twitter and its board. He forecasts that Twitter will engage in a protracted legal battle in order to either save the agreement or obtain the $1 billion breakup fee. Christopher Boozy, the creator of the research business Bot Sentinel, which monitors phony Twitter accounts that are used to harass users or spread false information, described the entire process as bizarre. He was aware that there was an issue. It's strange that he would try to circumvent the agreement by using fake identities, bots, and trolls of any kind. On the other hand, according to Boozy, the letter from Musk's legal team makes several reasonable complaints about Twitter's lack of openness. One of these critiques is that Twitter appears to be refusing to supply Musk with the same degree of internal data that it provides to some of its larger clients. According to Boozy, who also feels that the number of bogus or spam Twitter accounts is bigger than what the firm has stated, it simply appears as if they're hiding something. According to David Larker, a professor of accounting and corporate governance at Stanford University, who spoke with the New York Times about the case's findings, the court believes Musk may walk away. Another possible conclusion is that he is coerced into carrying out the agreement, and the court has the power to make this happen. Or, alternatively, there could be some room for compromise in the form of a renegotiation of the price. According to the New York Times, Twitter's ace in the hole is a particular performance provision. This language grants the firm the ability to sue Musk and compel him to either finish the acquisition or pay for it, as long as the debt funding that Musk has rounded up stays unaffected. In 2001, Tyson Foods attempted to back out of an acquisition of meatpacker IBP by referring to IBP's financial issues and accounting irregularities. This is one example of a forced acquisition. A vice chancellor of the Delaware court system made the decision that Tyson was required to complete the transaction. However, legal power and everyday life are two quite different things. A lawsuit will most likely result in legal bills of millions of dollars, will take months to resolve, and will make employees who are already on edge even more anxious. Disputes about a business transaction have frequently resulted in price settlements or renegotiations. According to the article in the newspaper, the luxury goods conglomerate LVMH, Mott, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton sought to back out of its $16 billion contract to purchase Tiffany & Co. in 2020, and as a result, it was able to negotiate a reduction of around $420 million. Charles Elson, who had recently departed from his position as a professor of corporate governance at the University of Delaware, was quoted in the newspaper as saying that this stuff is a negotiating tactic in an economic transaction. Money is the driving factor here. Twitter versus Musk drama. The majority of the controversy that has surrounded the transaction has taken place on Twitter, with Musk, who has more than 100 million followers, bemoaning the fact that the business is not living up to its promise as a forum for free expression. On Friday, shares of Twitter dropped by 5% to a new all-time low of $36.81, which is far less than the $54.20 that Musk had agreed to pay. During this time, the shares of Tesla increased by 2.5% to reach $752.29. After the market had closed and Musk's letter had been made public, the stock price of Twitter continued to fall, while that of Tesla continued to rise. During a conference held on Thursday with journalists and business officials, Twitter made an effort to provide more clarity regarding the methodology behind how it counts spam accounts. Twitter has said that it deletes 1 million spam accounts every single day. The accounts make up a percentage of its active user base that is considerably less than 5% on a quarterly basis. Twitter stated that it reviews thousands of accounts sampled at random to determine whether an account is real. This review process uses both public and private data such as IP addresses, phone numbers, location, and account behavior when it is active. This review process allows Twitter to calculate the number of accounts that are malicious spam. According to various stories at the time, Twitter reportedly promised Musk access to its fire hose of raw data on hundreds of millions of daily tweets. However, neither the business nor Musk has verified that this was the case. Musk's opinion that he could add value to the company by getting rid of its spam bots was one of the primary reasons he stated for his interest in taking Twitter private. This is the same issue that he is now claiming as a cause to stop the agreement, so it is unclear why Musk has changed his mind. Musk's attorney also said that Twitter violated the agreement when it let go of a third of its talent acquisition staff and 2 key managers. According to what he wrote, the terms of the selling deal obliged Twitter to seek and get approval before deviating from its usual method of conducting business. In accordance with the terms of the letter, Twitter was obligated to preserve substantially intact the material components of its present corporate organization. It appears that Musk began toying with the idea of purchasing Twitter at the end of March. Twitter claimed at that point that he had contacted members of the company's board, including co-founder Jack Dorsey, and informed them that he was buying up shares of the company and was interested in either joining the board, taking Twitter private, or starting a competitor. Twitter also claimed that he had told the board members that he was buying up shares of the company. And that brings us to the end of the video. Feel free to let us know what you think about this video. And if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for all things. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.